Again, about Yugioh Fire for it. I'm here with some Yugioh news for you guys. This is going to be a little bit of discussion on the new Fire King Avatar Archetype that's coming out in the Fire Structure deck on December 8th for the OCG. Teasers should probably get it pretty much around, I believe, the ban list time. So around February, March, we should get this structure deck. So the Fire King Avatar Archetype, it's a pretty interesting archetype. It does not interact in any way with the new Fire archetype, the Fire Fists. I believe that's what they're called now. The Fire Fist archetype in Cosmo Blazer. But this is a pretty interesting archetype, and I like it quite a bit. For one, because I like the Fire archetype. It's the Fire attribute. It's actually pretty cool. My two favorite attributes in the game are Fire and Dark. Anyway, let's get started with the cards. We have Fire King High Avatar Garunix, which is a level 8 monster, 2700 attack, 1700 defense. It has a trigger effect. Trigger. I don't know. During the next standby phase, after this card was destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, special this card from the graveyard. When you do, destroy all other monsters on the field. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, special one Fire King monster from your deck except for himself. So pretty much what this guy has, he has an effect pretty much that is of Sacred Phoenix Nephthys. Which when Nephthys is destroyed by card effect and sent to the graveyard, during your next standby phase, special Nephthys from the graveyard, then destroy all spells and traps on the field. The cool part about this is, if I summon this thing, and you Solemn Judgment it, or Solemn Warning it, I still get to bring it back to my standby phase, because it only has to be destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard. It has the exact same rulings as Nephthys, as well as Scrap Dragon. As long as he gets into the graveyard by a card effect, if he's destroyed by a card effect, I still get to bring him back and destroy all the monsters on the field, which is really nice. So it kind of gives him, like, to make sure your opponent bottomlesses him, or, you know, removes him from play. And plus, a lot of effect structure going around, because you got 2 Mirror Forces, 2 Trencher Tributes, you can read up to 3 Smashing Grounds. You know, there's a lot of effect destruction. And if it's destroyed by battle, I get special a Fire King monster from my deck, which is really awesome. So he kind of recycles himself, per se. Next up, we have Fire King Avatar Baron, which is a level 4 Beast Warrior with 1800 attack, 200 defense. Hello, Rekindling! Dear God, Rekindling is going to have to go away. Or at least the one. I say one. Because that would be killing off Flamevilles, and I like Flamevilles. If a face-up Fire King monster you control is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special this card from your hand, which I like. It's basically like, oh, you're going to Solemn my bird? Well, I summon an 1800 attack fire monster. How you doing? During the next standby phase, if this card was destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, again, even if you negate summon, I still get the effect. I can add 1 Fire King card from my deck to your hand. So essentially, he is a Stratos. Festive build, 1800 attack. I say that's a pretty nice Stratos if I do say so myself. And I like the effect where he's destroyed by a card effect. So, like, he leaves me to my next standby phase with a free card in my hand. That's a +1. What the fuck, man? That's pretty stupid. Plus, you can combine him with cards such as actually, I'll get to that in a little bit. Next up, we have Fire King Avatar Killeen, who is a freaking unicorn, and this looks like a monkey or lion. I don't know. Pictures are blurry. Can't tell. But Fire King Killeen is a level 3 beast with 1000 attack, 200 defense. If a face of Fire King monster you control is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special this card from your hand. If this card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, send 1 fire monster from your deck to the graveyard. This is not that bad of a card because it sets up your plays, but the problem is it has to be destroyed by a card effect, which it's going to be kind of hard per se. But there's some ways in the actual archetype itself to actually solve this. And the fact it fuels the graveyard, so you can kind of combine these cards like Flamevilles or Lavos to abuse your Kindling. Dear God, yes, Rekindling has to be dealt with. And I love playing Flamevilles. I love using Rekindling. But I'm not stupid enough to say it needs to stay at 3. it needs to be dealt with. But let's move on. We have Fire King Fire Cycle, which is a quick play spell card. It allows you to target one fire monster you control and one fire monster in your graveyard. Hint, hint. Destroy the first target, and if you do, special summon the second target. So it's pretty much if you can destroy the first target, you can then get the special summon effect. So pretty much what you can do is you can do some combination with this. My favorite one, of course, is combining Barong with this badass. So basically, you have this freaking gigantic firebird in the graveyard and have a Barong face up on the field. You can then use Fire King Fire Cycle to destroy Barong. So in your next summon phase, you get to add a Fire King card from your deck to your hand. But, as well, you can special summon the Fire King High Avatar Garunix, which is a 27 attack fire monster. There's other things you can do to abuse this Fire King Fire Cycle, as well as there's a card that's come out in Cosmo Blazer that supports the Fire King Archetype. The final spell of this is Assault of the Fire Kings. It's a normal spell card that, if your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, special summon one Fire Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast type monster from your deck. Its effects are negated and is destroyed during the end phase. You can only activate one Assault of the Fire Kings once per turn. So, pretty much this is a spell card version of Cyber Dragon. Because it's a free summon, because using this thing, you can bring out a 2700 attack power monster from your deck. And destroy during the end phase. So it's being destroyed by card effects, so you can bring it back to destroy all other monsters in the field. You also have cards like Barong, which you can search out things, as well as Fire Avatar Killing to send a fire monster from your deck to the graveyard, setting up future plays. This is a really good card, and we recommend playing it at 3s. As well as Fire King Fire Cycle, playing it at 3s as well. Barong at 3 because it's 8 attack. High Avatar Garunix 2 to 3, your player preference. And Avatar Killing, I don't know. I'd say probably play it 2 because it does have a nice, decent little bit of effect. Now for the monster that's coming out in Cosmo Blazer. I think it's, unless there's a, no, it's not Cosmo Blazer. I thought it was. Let's see. Oh, it's V-Jump. My bad. It's not Cosmo Blazer. I thought it was. What the heck is that? I'm getting distracted because it's something interesting. Oh, that's pretty cool. Anyway, we have Fire King Avatar Yugioh, which is actually a V-Jump. I thought it was Cosmo Blazer. My bad. It's a Beast Warrior, level 4, 1800 attack, 200 defense. Dear God, quit giving things support! If a phase of Fire King monster you control is destroyed by a monster effect, you can special this card from your hand. Now, this one says monster effect, so it lowers its usability, but it's still 1800 attack. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, destroyed and sent to any way it's getting destroyed, you get this effect. You can destroy one card you control or in your hand. You can only use this effect on Fire King Avatar once per turn. So, being 1800 attack, the fact that you can destroy a card in your hand, yeah. You essentially can get a free monster in the field if you destroy your Avatar Garunix. You get a free card in your hand if you destroy Barong. You just get a card on the graveyard for Kilin. So anyway, I recommend playing 3 at this guy. He's actually out on DN right now, but don't even bother playing him right now, mainly because the other guys aren't on DN as of right now, and I don't see him going to DN right now because Barong and Kilin, plus Fire Cycle here, don't have confirmed effects just yet. But odds are the effects are pretty much going to remain the same, maybe a little rewording of the text. But overall, this dark type is pretty crazy good. There's one card you can do combinations with, which I actually have 3 copies of, which I'm quite happy for. Get over here. It's the Wild Nature's Release. I have 3 copies of this thing in Super Rare, which I'm quite happy about. I've been having these things in my green binder of crap, because literally it's just crap in there that I've collected over the years. I have 3 of these. I've been waiting to play them, and you can actually do a combination with these now. If you're unfamiliar with Wild Nature's Release's effect, You increase the attack of one face-up beast or beast warrior type monster, him, and the horse, by an amount equal to his defense until the end phase of the turn. Destroy the monster during the end phase. So pretty much, they're not going to gain a big boost. They're going to by 200. So it's going to be 2,000, Barong 2,000, and Killen 1,200. Oh my god, that's so scary. But the real deal is, Yaksha and Barong can get over cards like Thunder King Ryo. But you're not using it for the boost. You're using it for the fact that you now destroy Yaksha. Now you can use the effect to destroy one card you control or in your hand. That's the effect you want. You want Barong's effect to add a card to your hand. Remember, it's Fire King card, so I can add any Fire King card I want. That is a Stratos on crack. Other cards coming out of the structure deck right now, and I kind of feel like it's going to be like one more card, because this little bird right here is in this picture. So it's about like a little baby form of the High Fire King High Avatar. But overall, this is a really good archetype, and I can definitely see it getting a lot of play, probably next format. Mainly because, like I said, I believe this is probably going to come out around the ban list. So whatever gets hit in the March ban list, this should be able to take off. Other cards coming out in it, you have, of course, Powder Duality, you have Rekindling, Direct Waiba, what was another one? I forgot. You also have the Wild Nature's release, coming out is actually perfect, as well as Sacred Phoenix and Nephthys, which, I don't know, I think they should rename Sacred Phoenix and Nephthys into a Fire King Avatar Nephthys, because that way Sacred Phoenix and Nephthys can kind of go along with these guys. Since, you know, Nephthys only has one other card helping it out, which is the Hand of Nephthys. So, I really think they should rename the card, because, hell, they renamed Skeleton Hero number 2 to Watt Kid. He doesn't do anything with Watts! What the fuck, Konami? So I think they should rename Nephthys into a Fire King Avatar. I think it'd be kind of cool. To kind of give them a little more oomph, because they have one to destroy all the monsters on the field. Why not give them something to destroy all spells and traps on the field? So, I really believe this was going to sell very, very well, and if you're going to be playing these guys, I recommend picking up 3 of these structure decks. Pretty much $30 for getting a really good deck, and pretty much for the main deck, I recommend playing 3 of him, so that's 2 to 3 of the of him, so about 5 or 6, so we'll say 3, so we'll say 6, 3 of him, so that would be 9, say about 2 Keelan, so that will be 11, 3 Fire King Fire Cycles, which would be 14, and 3 Assaults of the Flame Kings, Fire Kings, which would be 17. So right now you have 17 cards in your deck, as well as other outside supports, like Wild Nature's release, which I recommend playing 1 or 2, maybe 3 if you so wish to. As well as cards like Powder Valley, MST, Reborn, Silent Brigade, stuff like that. And possibly Sacred Phoenix and Nephthys if it does get a name change. If it does, I wouldn't recommend playing it. But if it does, throw that little bastard in, because she's a stupid-ass card. But anyway, this was my little discussion on the Assault, not the Assault, but the Fire King Avatar, the Fire King Archetype. This is something that I can see doing very well. Just gotta find the right deck. Like I said, these guys aren't on DN yet. The only one that's out is Yaksha, but he's the only one. So you have to wait a little while before we can actually test play these. But when these guys come out, I will definitely be jumping on them. No tomorrow, and I'll definitely try and come out and definitely giving you a deck profile of the deck that has been working out for me whenever I have a chance to test these. So anyway, give me your thoughts on these guys in the comment section below. I want to know, do y'all want to try these guys out when they get on DN? Because I know I want to. I've said that a million times. I really want to try these guys out. I really think they have a lot of potential to become a really good deck. But other than that, give me your thoughts on that. And if you can think of any other broken things you could do with these guys to really do stupid shit, drop me a bone, please. I want to know, because I really think these guys are really, really good. So anyway, comment, rate, subscribe, and bye.